Couple years ago, I won a design contest and there was a big event. Rather than just giving the awards and saying goodbye, there was like different speakers and it was like a couple days of ceremony, let's say. And one of the speakers was legendary head of BMW Group Design, Chris Bangle. His speech was a day before the award ceremony, so I went there also one day earlier just to see him and maybe somehow to meet him and just have a little conversation. So I was super excited and I went there a day earlier. And of course I had my portfolio, I had some sketches with me. I was like, maybe I can just have a chance to get feedback from the legend. By the way, this happened in 2015. Anyway, I went there one day earlier. I was waiting in the morning because of the bus travel. I think I had to be even too early, so the event didn't start. Even the building was totally locked and I just cannot get in. So I was waiting outside and I was like, okay, probably in a couple hours Chris Bangle will be here. Probably like hundreds of students or some different designers will try to talk with him. So let's see if I will have any chance to have a little bit of time of him. Then after a couple hours I saw him. He was alone and he had like a cowboy hat and he was like looking super cool, and I was like, okay, that's Chris Bangle and he's just like 50 meters away from me, so maybe I can just go say hi. There was nobody around, which was a little bit surprising for me. It was in another city, like it was not in capital, it was in Turkey. And I think there was not many people went to this event, lucky for me. And honestly, I was a little bit shy, I was a little bit afraid. I was not sure, it was like my first experience to meet with a legendary designer and I didn't know what to say. I was like, I cannot just go and say hi and then what? There would be maybe some awkward moments, so I didn't want to have this. But anyway, I also knew that if I just don't go there, I will definitely regret that. I will be like, he was just in front of you and you didn't even talk. So I just get the courage and I just walked there and I was like, hi, Mr. Bangle, I'm Berk. I just introduced myself. And he was super warm. I think he understood that I was excited and he just made me more comfortable. Then we started to have a little bit conversation. And after a couple minutes of conversation, somebody came and took Chris to the event and he was telling me like, find me inside and let's have a chat. So he got in and I was like, okay, that's great. Maybe I can talk with him again. Then I went into the building. Like the whole reason that I was there a day earlier was to talk with Chris Bangle. So I got into building. I was just walking around to see like if he's like available. And I just saw him. He was sitting alone and like in the front rows of the event in front of other speakers. And I just went there and he saw me and he was like, yeah, come on here. And I was like, okay, that's great. I just sit next to him and we started to talk. And the event mostly was in Turkish. The other speakers were talking in Turkish. And he didn't have the translator device. I don't know why. Maybe he just forgot to took it or whatever. So I was kind of translating what's going on, who is talking and what are they talking about and stuff. And he got bored after a while and he was like, hey, do you have a pen and pencil? And I was like, sure. And honestly, I want to give a little bit note here. Like I was a second or third year student in industrial design department. And I was like, yeah, I want to be car designer. So I was like sketching every day, working hard. I'm still doing it actually, but anyway. And I was carrying a pen. I used to carry a pen in my pocket, not in the backpack or something. It was like always with me in the pocket. If there's any conversation about pen, I was like, bam, here's the pen. I'm the guy who carries the pen all the time. And after some time I was like, okay, rather than just carrying this cheap ballpoint pen, maybe let's just invest a little bit money to get something more cool, something like sexier, and to maybe a little bit show off, to show that I am that much into, that much passionate. Like I thought that it was the right approach. So like a couple of weeks before this event, I bought this new pen, kind of expensive thing. And when Chris asked for, do you have a pen? I was like, sure. And I just gave it to him. And he started to sketching somebody who was doing the speech. It was, I think, Ministry of something, I don't remember well, but he was sketching this person and we were having conversation at the same time. I think in the middle of the sketch or at the end of the sketch, on the corner of the paper, he wrote, this pen is crap. This pen was not like an exact ballpoint pen. It was kind of like a gel pen thing. I'm not even sure. And it's not good for sketching. Even I realized that. I was like, it's not as smooth as a ballpoint and it has this ink kind of bleeding. It was really not the best pen, but you know, it was kind of expensive and show off. My younger self used to like it, as I see. But it was great because after he said this, I was like, yeah, I knew it. That's at least good news, because I had this question in my mind. I was like, okay, that's a cool thing. I'm a designer. I should have cool stuff. Like, you know, when you are a student, when you didn't see the professional life yet, you have a different idea about this professional designer sometimes. So anyway, then I think I didn't use this pen again. I just started to keep on carrying my old classical big pen, this big medium that you probably saw in many car design videos, or on many car designers use this pen. It's like super affordable and you can find it everywhere, like big medium, I think. And I started to just carry this one, and I started to use this one, and I had like two important messages from this event. Like, I got my lesson from this event. The first one is, yeah, you definitely don't need anything expensive, especially for showing off reason or something. In professional designer life, it's not like on some of the YouTube videos or official videos, like everyone is that cool and using the... It's not like, I mean, at least this pen is a legend, you know that. I'm not saying that you should go with the cheaper version of anything always. It's really important with which kind of gear you use. Good quality is important. But for these kind of things, what matters most is what you do with this pen. How you sketch with it, how you improve yourself, how you show your ideas and this kind of stuff. And the second lesson from this event for me was you should be more open. Like, I was super active on Instagram and social media. I was writing to most of the car designers, whoever I find. I was like sending my sketches in a nice way. It's another topic we need to talk, in my opinion, in another video, like how to approach the designers on social media. It's a very important point. But anyway, on the event like this, when I see a legendary designer, I didn't know what to do on the first moment. I was like, should I just go say hi? Like, why would he care about me or something? But you should just do it. You should just take the first step. Like, what can happen in worst case, you know? So my advice for you, like in events like this or also in social media, like, be open, like talk with people, send your portfolio in a nice way, not without sending it every day again and again. But it's really important to have this interaction, and you will realize that these people are not like some selfish, narcissistic rock star or somebody, you know? They're super approachable and like they're super nice people most of the time. By the way, you can see the sketch here that he did. It was, again, like minister of something, and he was giving the speech, so Chris wanted to just sketch him. And here you can see also this pen is crap message from him. And also here you can see our photo from 2015 from this event, because after everyone gave the speech, after Chris also gave his own speech, there was time to like finish the event, which was unfortunate for me, but I just asked for like, hey, can we take a picture? And it was really great. It was super inspiring for me. Still, when I talk about this memory, it's really inspiring for me. By the way, if you are curious if I showed my portfolio at the end, yes, I did. But I was already not confident with my portfolio because I was just learning a lot of things. And Chris is super visionary. You know which kind of car he designed, or he was leading the design team during his career. And in my portfolio, it was more conventional cars. I was like learning how to sketch cars and this kind of thing. So it was like not in the level to, how to say, I'm not even saying impress, because I think it's a super difficult thing to do, but it was not even in a certain level to be proud of, in my opinion. But on that time I had this portfolio, and even while giving the portfolio I said like, I know what you will say. Probably you will say I need to push more about creativity and innovative ideas, but here is my portfolio, if you can just give me a couple quick feedback. And he said the same thing in a nicer way. He nicely told me that I have to push the creativity more and I have to push myself, etc. But it was amazing for me. It was great motivation and great inspiration. And since then, a lot of things changed. I graduated, I did my master's, I worked in different companies. Now I'm a professional car designer and everything. And if you struggle with sketching, or if you want to just get into car design in more deeper and more serious way, you can check out my online courses in the links in the description. So I think it's time to go back and sketch something. See you.